So I said that I was going to do Whitemane videos when she came out on live, and I'd practiced her enough and everything like that. I honestly didn't get to practice her that much, but without practicing her, I watched pros play her, I watched streamers, I looked at the different builds that everyone was playing. The build that I originally thought was just kind of undertuned. So I started seeing some other builds, and honestly, she is broken. She's completely broken. She does way too much healing in the mid to late game. It's like any sort of punishment that your team might have gotten from misplaying a scenario is completely wiped away by how much healing she actually can do. So one thing that I want to mention is like how much damage she does. Like, she's actually pretty scary with the amount of damage she does, even if you don't go a damage build. But her healing is insane. It really, really is. So there is currently two major builds that are being used, and both of them are overtuned. So I'm going to explain the build I'm not going to do in this video first, and then I'm going to explain the build that I'm doing in the video as we go on. So the first build that is being used a lot right now is it's Tiger JK's build, and he's sitting right now at like a 75% win rate with Whitemane, and he blows people apart. So what he does is he gets Pity the Frail at 1. Makes it where when people are lower health, they get healed more by the damage you deal. Level 4, he gets his W talent because he is going to be doing a lot of damage with W. He's going to be using it pretty much off cooldown for extra damage, and it's his way of getting mana management. Level 7, he goes Fanatical Power 100% of the time. 50% more spell power is huge. If that was given to an assassin, it would be absolutely broken. And she practically does the damage of an assassin in Teamfights. So that is, he always gets it. And he always pops it before he uses level 10. And then when his 10's not on cooldown, he pops it before he uses W. Pretty simple. Level 10, all of the pros are pretty much always getting Divine Reckoning. While Scarlet Aegis is an extremely powerful ult, and it's really, really strong. People are just getting Divine Reckoning because the amount of healing it can use, if it's used correctly, is insane. Then the level 13 for the damage build is the... he switches it around a little bit, honestly, but he'll get really anything. The root is probably the most common because you want to be able to catch people and kill them. So in the damage build, the root. Level 16, he gets the chains to nearby enemy or lashing out, depending on the team comms. But that's the damage build, and it's stupid. Like, Tiger JK is literally popping Fanatical Power at level 7 and doing like 70 to 80% of people's health with just an E and a W, and that's it. So you can heal 2 or 3 people, do an EW, and heal everyone for like 70% of their health, kill someone, and just absolutely out-heal everything. It's ridiculous. So that's a damage build. But what build am I playing, and why am I playing it, and why do I say it's OP? I'm going the full Q build, which is, in my opinion, one of the easiest builds to play in the entire game. It's not only easy to play, but it's absolutely busted at how much healing it does. So let me talk about this on paper, and I'm going to explain the upsides to it and the downsides to it. So your first Q makes it to where each stack of Desperation increases the heal that you're going to do on your next Desperation. Desperation heals for about 170 the first time around, and you can get up to about doubling it by having up like as high Desperation as you want. Meaning that your heals can be pretty good at saving someone if they're caught out of position. It's also pretty cool because, like, just the later it gets, you're going to be burning your Desperation a lot, and we'll get into that later. Unwavering Faith reduces the cost of your Q, as well as making it to where when you reach 3 stacks of Desperation, you personally gain a big shield. And so it makes it to where it's hard for people to kill you, because you can just kind of throw a bunch of Desperation out at everyone and then gain a giant shield so no one can dive you. Level 7, you get the Q talent again. Upon reaching 2 stacks of Desperation, you gain Zeal. So you heal 2 different people, and you get Zeal, meaning that your E's and W's now heal 3 people. Okay. Level 10, you get Divine Reckoning. You're going to have Zeal on everyone, all of these fights. And I'll show you later how that is. So you always get Divine Reckoning because if you have Zeal on everyone, you want to make sure you're doing as much damage as possible. And you're playing a healer that you can do damage with, so you just want to do that anyways. Level 13, you go back to the Q build. When I say Q build is easy to play, I'm not kidding. Like, the talent choices is literally Qs and your ults, and that's it. So you get this talent, and what this does is it says, casting the Desperate Plea on an ally heals you for 158. Once again, this is a counter dive strategy. Makes it to where you can do big heals on the enemy and constantly, or big heals on your allies and constantly be getting heals yourself. I mean, just the amount of healing I'm already doing is just nuts. So that's pretty much the thing. Now, level 16 is when you hit the biggest power spike of all. Upon reaching 3 stacks of Desperation, all allies with Zeal are healed for 253. Well, how many allies are going to have Zeal when you hit 3 stacks of Desperation? In fact, you can have all 5 allies with Zeal. The way you do this is by throwing your first heal, waiting for your Desperation to drop, and then throwing 3 heals onto 3 different people, which is going to give yourself Zeal. And it's also, you're still going to have Zeal on the first person you cast on, making it to where every single person on your team gets a giant heal for 263, not to mention the bigger heals from your martyrdom. Okay? So all of this synergizes well, making you pretty much unkillable when people dive on you, at the same time as giving giant heals to everyone on your team. Level 20, I like to get the Judgment Day, pulls everyone in the center of your level 10, your Divine Reckoning, as well as it makes it to where it deals 50% more damage. So, means that you're healing for 50% more. So let's get to level 10. I'm going to show you what this build really starts ramping up. So early game, it's not too bad, and we're going against an Ana, so she's probably going to be out healing me because she's also turning off my healing. We're also struggling in terms of kills and deaths, and because at the point we take any damage, we're getting like blown apart. We haven't had very even fights. So, show you when this build starts getting nuts. So let's go to level 10. Again, we lose another person. It's a little bit of a struggle early on. Remember, it's okay to take a bit of damage. You heal yourself, you give yourself shields, desperation, so it's no biggie. But when people get flipped in their team, you just can't heal them. We'll get past that. Again, we're struggling. They have the advantage this game. We shouldn't be able to like dominate any of these fights, right? We've been losing all the fights. We've been losing everything here. But right as you hit level 10, you're going to see this just go crazy. All right, so I picked the damage ult. Now, I do every second, I'm doing 150 damage to everyone who's in the area, meaning that I'm healing everyone for 150 damage a second. For everyone that's in the area. I'm only going to use it when there's probably 2 or 3 people in the area, meaning I'm healing something like 500 health per second, not including if I use my other abilities. So the first example here is I see that a fight's going to happen. He's likely going to use his March, so I know that this fight's going to be pretty good. I try to get close enough to get my first Zeal off. I can't get it because they get too close to me. But now watch this for a second. So this... what's her name? I don't even remember her name right now. Valera has a bomb on her, and she's also low health. Now watch like her health. Watch this health. Look at this. Look at this health. Look at this healing. And this is the same that's going on with Murden right now too. But then you got the Ana W, of course. So they can still pick people apart. They've got Ana on their team to do that. But we were able to get a kill out of that, and I was able to get our assassin back to full health. Big heals on him. Unfortunately, not enough. So we're still behind. We're down 2 levels. Alright? We're down 2 levels. He gets thrown. I get a Zeal off on him. And look at the healing. Everyone was attacking him. He's perfectly fine. Just the Zeal and the W is already strong, but we haven't even hit the power spikes this hero yet. You guys aren't even gonna believe it. You're gonna see it and you're gonna be like, "What is this? What is this hero?" Not even kidding. Let me fast forward a little bit too. Again, like we're so far behind this game. It ends up being a 30-minute game. That's why I'm trying to fast forward as much as I can. So level 13. What do we gain? Oh, I used my ult there. Oh, I probably should back up. I don't want to back up. I'm going to back up. So I use my ult there. I just want to see what kind of healing we got out of it. So we have my ult available. We're going for a camp. We go down here, and we're prepping for a fight. We're down a level. And in fact, it's a talent tier level too. So I gotta heal off on her. Okay, we got a nice arrow coming in. I use my ult. So just on a single person, not too bad. But you can see it kept Valeera up, kept her healed. I don't think that's a very good ult, personally. This guy gets flipped over. He's probably fine. Desperation heals more the more, oh, some B steps, you know. Alright. So level 13, I get the self-healing. So you can see now, they can't dive on me at all. Like, if they dive on me, unless they all dive on me, I'm fine. Because I just heal every person that I heal myself too. We're going to lose that, but whatever. We'll get a kill or two here, probably. I focus on the Phoenix because he was just lower health. If he would have gotten stunned through his teleport, my W would have killed him. This game goes on for another 24 minutes. Oh my god. This is nuts. So I ping for us to take the neutral ones first. Unfortunately, they don't take the neutral ones. And so they waste time and we lose our Valeera. If Muradin would have been here, we could have gotten this and he could have saved her earlier and we would have been fine. But I'm not going to blame my team. Stuff happens. It's my job to make this a win. Now watch. This is like so stupid. So they're all clustered, right? Now we lose in cluster situations as well because we're against a Kael'thas. So Kael'thas is going to be doing a lot of damage to us, right? Like, but I have an ult here that's going to be hitting 4 people at the moment. Now 5 people. I get Zeal off on as many people as I can, and look at how much damage I'm doing to everyone. All of that is healing everyone on my team. No one's taking any damage through a Phoenix right now. Look at all the healing that Leoric got. Now I save Hanzo, but I think I end up dying. Yeah. But did you see how like we took a 4v5 and we survived through so much stuff? It was crazy how much we survived through. But this isn't even where this build goes crazy. You're gonna see it. You're gonna see it. I step away from the Phoenix ult and I just try my hardest to keep him up, which doesn't end up working. So one thing that I want to say is when you're playing a Whitemane, in this particular build, you need to back a lot because you will burn a lot of your mana very quickly, and you're going to see how often I back, but it's fine. Like it's really okay. It's just something that you need to do. Like you can last in long fights for a while because these don't cost mana. But in short fights, you're going to blow up your mana, but you're going to win the short fights, so it's really worth it. We're split up a little bit. I just get a little bit of a heal here. My goal here is 16. This is when this build pops off. We've been behind this whole game, too. Okay, now we're 16. Now I can heal everyone with Zeal on him when I hit 3 stacks of Desperation. So the goal now on this build is to heal 3 different people and then hit the Desperation and wait until Desperation turns off and then heal 3 people again. So I'm positioning my way up. I want to make sure that I'm in range of both of these people and possibly get down to this area, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get down to that area, so they're probably dead. So we've got a Phoenix going. We got heals. Look at this heal on this Leoric. He's fine. Look at how much I'm self-healing. She was focusing me or Kael'thas was focusing me that whole time, and that amount of self-healing that I did was just incredible. Now watch this. I'm nowhere near the enemies to be doing damage. People say with Whitemane, they're like, oh, well, she can't heal outside of combat. Watch this. Look at that. So much healing. I let my Desperation drop, and now I just need to use it on 2 more people again. Watch, 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 watch. Boom, everyone's full health. Isn't that insane, the amount of healing that I can do? I can do this 1 more time. I can do a giant heal on 4 different people 1 more time. Watch this. Use it on 1 person. Do I do it again? Watch, 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 watch. I'm not even going to do it again, am I? I'm trying to save my mana. Boom, another big heal. Look at that. We blew them apart, and they can't keep up with the amount of healing that I'm doing. I can do this one more time, guys. I have enough mana to do this full thing one more time, and I did it again. Huge healing. It's just stupid how much healing she actually has. It's absolutely stupid. So that's when she hits her power spike, and it's such a strong power spike that you can literally win every fight and then just back when you're out of mana. I help out with this, just speed it up a tiny bit, but then I do back. So I can do it. It's about 3 to 4 times per fight. I can out heal everyone. Now the stats right now, I'm just barely bumping above the Ana's healing. It took me a while to get above it, but once you hit 16, it's unreal. No one else can heal as much as she can. Like Stukov can do like 1,000 health heal, but it's like it's nowhere near as much. And it's like less consistent too. It's harder to pull off. It's less consistent. You can't do it when you want to do it all the time. So it's incredible. You could take really awkward fights on her too. I mean, I take a really awkward fight coming up, and it was bad. But it was also because I was trying to make callouts, and we were missing 2 people in chat, so it didn't end up working. So you can see, like, the first thing I want to do here is if I could get Zeal on Valera, she's going to get a stupid amount of healing. So I step forward, like, pretty hard. I get the Zeal on her. I get my ult out. Now watch this. Watch Valera's health, guys. Look at this. Look at her health. Look at all of our team's health. We were sitting in a Phoenix and all of Kael'thas's abilities. We were sitting in everything. We literally sat in everything they had. We took a full Phoenix ult. We took a full Phoenix. That sounds weird. We've full Kael'thas ult, a full Phoenix ult. We took Phoenix's all of his AoE damage and Arthas all of his AoE damage, and I healed through all of that. Look at my healing. I got 12,000 healing that fight. Ana got 1,000 healing that fight. Literally, that's how big it was. I'm not even kidding. I did 12 times the amount of healing as Ana did in that fight. So now that we're level 20, I can pull everyone into the center now and do 50% more damage with my ults. So we go for this. I use just a simple combo. You know, don't need to do like an ult or anything to kill him. I don't know why he was there alone, to be honest. We're gonna keep fast forwarding because this is just it's unreal. This game still has 10 minutes left in it. I don't even remember this game being that long. I was having so much fun once I hit 16. Like pre-16, she's not bad. It's just that our team was doing poorly. But it's like post-16, it doesn't matter if your team does poorly because you just out-heal everything. Yeah, we can let that finish it off because the core will do it without losing its shield. So we join our team. It's a good arrow, but I'm not there yet. So you can see, like, our team's getting blown apart, right? Now watch this. She gets Zeal. I toss an ult. Boom, she's full health. Look at this. I take damage. Doesn't matter. I had Zeal on me already. I use my Q 3 times on her. Heal her up. Use my Q on 3 different people. It's like, I'm out of mana, but we just took all the damage again and we're fine. We just need to separate for the bomb. I need to get over 180 mana so I can do the big heals again. And I can do 1 big heal. Look at that. Look at that amount of healing. It's stupid. So we're able to get the keep down pretty low. But I did have to use a lot of healing. No one on our team died though. Like we killed people on their team, and everyone made mistakes. Like so many of our team made mistakes. Valera should not have been over here. I mean everyone was in bad positions. We spread way too many bombs. Like so many people made mistakes, and I still out healed them through so many mistakes. That fight, I did almost 20,000 healing. 20,000 healing from that fight, guys. And like Ana, she did about 7,000 healing. It's like, it's just stupid. But you can see I back, like, in between every fight, because you do burn a ton of mana in this build. The other builds are better at mana management, but this build is, like, if your team's making mistakes, you heal a boatload. Like, you heal more than any other healer in the game. But oh man, it's something else. And we take the safe route here. I kept telling them, like, guys, I've got my ult up. Like, there's no way you guys can die in fights. Like, as long as you guys initiate, there's no way you guys can die in fights. If I get initiated on, I'm going to die. But, like, if you guys initiate, we win every fight. So, like, this is a good fight. I get Zeal on those two people. And my next thought is, and it gives me Zeal, of course. My next thought is, where can I drop an ult? Drop an ult there, pull the Phoenix in, pull the Garrosh in, and look at that. Look, they're full health through all of the Phoenix ult. Through everything. Giant heals on everyone. My desperation just dropped, so I do a big heal again on everyone. Oh my gosh. It's just nuts. So, like, and I can do it one more time. Boom, big heals on everyone. Once again, we just blow them up. They just can't handle the amount of healing that I do, and I'm almost up to the point where I can do it one more time. So how much healing did I do that fight? I did 17,000 healing that fight. Every single fight, you're healing for so much more damage than many of their people are doing. It's just crazy. And Leoric just kind of dies on his own. Now, I don't know why they're out here. Like, this is what I'm saying, guys. Like, you can have people that are just absolutely inting for no reason, and you joining your team is like, you just will out heal everything. Watch them, just like, and again, people are like, oh, her healing's bad outside of fights. It's like, I don't know. I mean, it's not great, but it still works. Like, I got her back up to full. I just back. It did take all my mana, but you could do it quick. Like, you could full heal someone, and then back, and then get back up, full heal someone, and then go back again. Like, there's another area right here where, like, Hanzo shows up, and I'm like, I could just full heal you and then back. I don't know where Hanzo went, but our Leoric leaves, so we need to play it a little weird.
The hero has abandoned the
yeah, Leoric dies. Like, you can have levers too. That's what I'm saying. Like, this game was not going in our favor until I hit my power spike. That's why I think it's like, I really do think she needs to be nerfed. Like, I know the title, people are gonna say in the title, oh, this is clickbaity or whatever, blah blah blah. But it's like, she needs to be nerfed. This is one of those times where I wanted everyone to go in. You guys have seen my AoE healing. You've seen the amount of damage I can do. So it's like, all right, let's just go in. And then Valeera said, on the way. So I figured, like, that was us going in. So I step forward and Murden steps back. And this is where I make the first throw for the team. Unfortunately, had way too much hit me at once. Now, I did get my ult off still. So you can see everyone's, like, half health. So there are pros to it, but I'm not gonna say that's what I want to do, and I'm not gonna defend my choice at all. I just got baited a little bit and got a little greedy. We're gonna fast forward. Who needs to see when I'm dead? This is about when I'm alive. All right, we got a 50-50 golem. Both teams defend it. Both teams don't lose a keep out of it. Spoiler alert. And once again, they're out, away from the team. Which it works out okay, but I think we want to end here. So, like, my healing before this fight is 135, alright? And, like, the honest healing. And my damage, do you see, like, my damage compared to, like, the damage dealers, too? Like, I'm keeping up with a lot of the damage dealers. It's insane. And I'm in the healing build, the full healing build. It's just because of the ults and the W's. That's, like, where I'm getting all my damage from. Phoenix is popped. My goal, I can walk through Phoenix because remember, I get self-healing. I get shields here, I get self-healing from Zeal, and I get heals here. So it's okay to take damage for your team because you're just going to self-heal it. Now watch this. Again, we're taking damage everywhere. Look at that. It's insane. I did so much damage there. I can get quick heals off on everyone now. I completely missed Zeal on her. That's my own fault. Now watch this. This is like the greatest thing. Is like this. I just need to wait for Desperation to drop, and when Desperation drops, I can 1v1 this guy. Like I didn't even need to use my double heals there to get my shields. I literally just 1v1'd him with a EW. It's just crazy. So I don't know. She has 2 builds right now that are busted. They're really, really busted. This build, I played it even poorly. Like, our whole team was losing most of the game. We were inting half the time. We were getting unfavorable fights, and they were all taking extra damage here and there, and it didn't matter. I could heal people through everything. And these aren't even, like, perfect ults or anything. This wasn't even practiced in doing the Q correctly. Like, you're supposed to do, like, the double Qs. You're supposed to just do QQ, QQ, and wait until the Desperation drops and only use the big one when you truly need it. I was literally just mashing Q all the time and then just using my Hearthstone to get my mana back. And same thing with the ult. I was just throwing it like the first time I saw it. Like, if I actually practice and stuff, you could easily have like a 70 or 80% win rate on Whitemane right now in this build. Then the Tiger JK build is absolutely blowing people up right now. Like, he is doing like 70-80% of people's health before level 10 by himself. And then once he hits level 10, he could full combo people with Fanatical Power and just ults and stuff. It's stupid. It's absolutely stupid. So I would say both of those builds need nerfs. I don't know how they want to nerf them. I think the level 16s where this build gets a little too strong because you don't really like dominate in team fights until that level 16 where you're doing these giant AoE heals, even outside of combat. But I do think that needs to be nerfed, and I think Fanatical Power needs to be nerfed. But other than that, I don't know. Let me know in the comments below if you think that she needs to be nerfed, because this was a long game and a long video. I understand that, but I'm really curious. Like, do you guys feel like she needs to be nerfed? Do you think she's balanced? I think right now I'm curious to see where she stands in terms of win rates on hot slogs. Let's see. So where is she? Whitemane. She's at 52%. But like, if you look at her actual builds on like the win rates for her builds, she's like, some are holding her back and some are just dominating. So you can see the builds that she's common on, which is like the Q build, 55% win rate, 56% win rate, 51%. And then it goes into like the rest of the Q talents, which is like really high. And then the Tiger JK build, Pity the Frail into Fanatical Power, both above 50% win rates. So she's pretty much dominating. If you look at like the top healers right now, the only person that's above her is Rhaegar in terms of supports. And then and Rhaegar is only really higher because he fits in very specific scenarios really, really well. He's just niche. But Whitemane could literally be picked into any team comp on any map, and I think that she's absolutely busted. So that's Whitemane. I really think she's going to get nerfed, but I don't know. I personally would just like them to buff some other supports more than just nerfing her, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. But that's essentially what that is. Thank you all for watching.